Hello, welcome to a video looking at how to create page navigation in a document in Adobe Acrobat. So you can see we've got a 20-page document. I want to basically have next page and previous page options available for me. So the first thing we need to do is add some text so we can actually see what buttons to click. Instead of using add text, we're going to do add text field there. And then we're basically going to have a button here. And this is going to be basically the previous page. We can go into all properties here. And we'll make sure that we're going to do a larger size here of 30. And that's all we really need. You don't really need to have too much for this. And then if we click here, we'll actually be able to put that text in there. And then we also need to make sure we have this button, the object selection. This actually lets us select the box. If you haven't got that in your document, you need to go to Customize Toolbar. And then we also need to go to Add Rich Media, and you'll find it there, Select Object. So, like I say, if we want to, can't move the box from this selection, we have to do it only from this one. And then what we can basically do is just get a box there. And we'll just put it there. So again, just to show that one more time, if we want to do a text field, basically put it in here. And this is going to be the other side. So it's going to be greater than this time. We'll go into all properties. Got that there. We'll do, we'll do size 30. And yeah, I didn't even change much there, to be honest. And again, if we just go into our selection, and then like I say, if you just click on this, so we can actually edit the text, we can put that in, and then we can just adjust the box however we need to, right? So I will give a little so yeah, so it doesn't really matter, like, did I actually move this? Yeah, I might just leave it, might try and get a bit more consistency here. So basically, what we've got then is two boxes, right? So what we might want to do is duplicate them across all the pages, so that when we actually add the buttons. All right, so we've got these boxes here. If we wanted to then duplicate them, we need to make sure we've actually got them selected. Let's just select them. We're going to hold down this, make sure that we can see the text, the little thing in the middle there turn blue. So they're both blue now, I believe. And then we do, let's see, duplicate across pages, duplicate across all the pages. Okay, so you can see we've got them on each of the different pages. That's good. It might not fit exactly. This is not really, I've kind of shoehorned this into it. So what's the next step? Well, the next step is to actually make the buttons work. So how do we do that? Well, we can just go into here, edit, and what we'll go into is getting a button on top of these things. So let's put our button on top. Okay, so so next up here in the edit menu, we've got a button. So basically, we go over here. We're going to basically put the button pretty much on where this area is. It doesn't really make much difference. Probably put it in the center, the actual thing to click. Okay, so this is going to be a previous page, right? So let's jump into that. And it's going to be click here to go to the previous page. Okay. And we'll do visible but doesn't print. And we'll make sure that our fill color, no color here. All right. So then what do we need to do? This section is basically if you want to have an icon. Sometimes it's like if you have like a mouse over or mouse down, it might change color of the text or something like that. That's what basically this. I'm not going to do that here. And we're going to do mouse up, which is basically on release of the mouse. If you've used ActionScript ever before in Adobe Flash or Adobe Animate, as it's now called. So this is previous page. So that's the one we're looking for. Previous page. Okay. All right. So that's going to go take to the previous page. All right. So how do we actually duplicate the button? So that's basically done. So what we can actually do is duplicate the button now. So yeah, I didn't show that previously, the text field. You could have done that with the text field as well. So to duplicate the button, again, we need to make sure we've got our object selected here. So we can go out here. Here's our object selection. We'll click over in this section, hold down Control here, and we're going to move it over to this side. We'll do it again. We'll actually do it a little bit like that. And you can actually double click and it will actually open up. You don't need to do a right click menu on that. All right, so this one is going to be called next page. and click here to go to the next page. All right, and you see visible doesn't print, and the appearance, no color there. And this has got to be changed though, right? So we can delete that one, and we want it to the next page here. All right, so that is next page. The next step then is we actually want to make all the buttons work, right? So in order to do that, we'll go to Object Selection again. I'll make sure that I've got this button working, and I've got this button working. So these two here, right? And then we'll distribute these buttons across all the different pages, right? 1 to 20. And let's have a look how that works then. So we're going to go next page, next page. Is that the first page yet? So yeah, I think actually I was trying something else before, so that's why there's a little bit of stuff in the background. But you can see basically it's working pretty well. We can also actually look through how it's working as well. So it looks to be working pretty solidly.